I found out that I had hepatitis C in 1999. I was 19 years old. Back then I had been using drugs, so this news didn't surprise me that much. For me, it was like a rite of initiation that I successfully passed. In that time, hepatitis C was an incurable disease, and so both doctors and drug users believed that this is the end, my beautiful friend, as Jim Morrison said. To tell you the truth, I didn't feel much about this disease. For me, it was like a permission to continue using drugs. And of course, it was just a bravado. And I understood it only after I quit using and learned how to get clean. Approximately 10 years after I became infected with Hep C virus, I began to experience symptoms of this disease. They were loss of appetite, and even my favorite food tasted like junk. They were nausea or something like that. But most of all, it was this overwhelming sense of fatigue when I couldn't even get up from my bed in the morning to go to work. And for a while I thought it was like I had a clinical depression or something like that. The doctors decided that I needed treatment, and so they prescribed me standard interferon plus ribavirin. My therapy continued for 1 year, and during this time I had a lot of different side effects. For example, dermatitis, allergies on my legs when I scratched them till they began to bleed, and these bouts of rage when I shouted at my wife and baby daughter. Of course, I felt bad about this behavior, but it seemed like I couldn't do anything about it. I hope it was worth it in the end, because I was cured of hepatitis C. When I tested negative for Hep C virus, it felt as though a huge burden fell off my mind and body. I felt really re-energized and ready to take on the whole world. And maybe that's why I quit my job in the real estate agency and decided to engage in activism and to help other patients, because I had been there and I wanted to share my stories with them. And I have been sharing these stories since that time in front of different audiences. Government officials, doctors, patients, relatives, even law enforcement agencies. And of course, not everybody runs to help the patients after that. But I truly believe that little steps go a long way, and I will keep going.